So here's the thing. A lot of you will know that Occy and I have spent this year exploring the best parts of Australia in this beautiful tiny home of ours. But what you probably don't know is that my brother Tom and his beautiful family are also currently on a trip of a lifetime travelling around Australia in their caravan, and we have just met up on the west coast. But there's a problem. Due to their caravan having pretty much no off-grid capability, they've been reliant on hooking up to power at caravan parks almost every single night of the trip. And this means two things. One is that they don't get to experience the best of Australia, including all the wild camps where there's no access to power. And two is that it's costing them a lot of money for accommodation every night. I am so stoked to have the opportunity to perform a little bit of a Christmas miracle for the fam, because right here I have all the components needed to make an absolute beast of an off-grid system for their caravan. Thank you so much to Renogy for helping me out, hooking me up with some of this gear so we can help these guys out and help them explore Australia even more. Now, if you have been watching my videos for a while, you know I love surprises, and I especially love surprising Tom. The last time, I don't think I can top that. He did cry. Hey, recognize this house? However, I'm really excited to see how they react with this one. Hey Scarly. Welcome guys.
Hey. Whoa. What is this? You now have more power than me. What do you mean?
Your electrical system is now
oh my god.
officially bigger than in my van.
Wow. Holy moly. Where's it? What? Is this like for our van? This one?
Yeah mate.
Oh, thank you. That's unreal.
Thanks, Uncle Maxie.
No worries, guys.
Oh.
Do you understand what it is, Rory?
Nah.
Nah, fair enough. Here, I'll take you through it, okay, buddy?
Okay.
So we have 3 200-watt solar panels, so 600 watts of solar. I only have 320 watts on mine.
Oh, whoa.
And then we have 400 amp hours of premium lithium battery from Renogy.
Whoa.
We have a Bluetooth controller, a charger so you can charge when you are at shore power at a caravan park, a 3,000 watt inverter. I've only got 2,000, and that will run your air conditioner when you are off grid.
Oh my
gosh.
That's amazing.
Wow.
We only have a very short time to install all this system. We've actually got 2.5 days before the rest of our family is arriving over here in Western Australia for Christmas, and we obviously want to have it done in time for that. I have really not been able to suss out their caravan because I didn't want to give anything away, so fingers crossed this is all going to fit. Tom, take us on a quick tour.
Okay guys, welcome to my van tour. Long time no see, good to see you all again. Alright, so this is a Windsor Rapid. It's an Australian brand, I think. And yeah, we needed something that we could tow with our SUV. It had to be under 1.5 tonne, which this is, largely because it's got like the pop-up bed and a pop-out bed at the end that you'll see. And obviously it needed to sleep 4 of us, Rach and I and Rory and Scarlett. So Max just has very kindly sprung this on us, so we haven't tidied up. But as you can see, this is where Rach and I sleep. There's a little bit of storage under there, more storage here. We've got kitchen stuff and fridge, sink,
Christmas tree.
Christmas tree, yeah.
It's hard to show the size of the whole space, but it actually is quite roomy in here, and I imagine that's your bed up top there, is it?
This is my bed, the cage, because I get wild at night. But no, this is where Scarlett, because she's only 2, so she sleeps in a cot at home. So this is just like a...
You're telling me your daughter sleeps in a cage?
Yes, well, it looks that way. But she loves it.
Awkward. I might have to edit that out. Okay.
And Rory sleeps up here. We're very proud of him. He's never slept in a bunk before, but he's done really well with it. So the battery is out here. Well, it's called the boot apparently, even though it's at the front, which confused me. But so yeah, family life.
Yeah.
Rach did get bags to put these in, but I haven't used them.
Okay. So we might have to do a little clean out first.
Yep.
And whilst Tom starts to tackle that, just to taper everyone's expectations, this is not going to be a technical how to build video. We have so much to cover in this to get all of this done. So it is more going to be a bit of an overview of what you can achieve with these DIY products, how much power you can get, and as we kind of install each one, I'll tell you about how they work, what they do. Hopefully things go smoothly. If you've watched my build series, it's very rarely the case. All right, well, you might have to reorganise that a little bit better on the way back in. Yep. I did notice this in your pile. That's mine. I've been looking for that.
If it makes you feel any better, we haven't used it. AH112V, which I'm guessing is volt.
So this is what they've currently got in as their whole electrical system, and it is a 100 amp hour battery. I have a feeling it's either AGM at best or it's flooded lead acid. So that really can't power much. We are starting with the solar mainly because it's slightly easier. This is the layout that kind of fits on this roof. I have to admit the roof shape is a little bit different than I thought, but in the end it's worked out well that we've gotten these semi-rigid panels because the roof isn't exactly flat, but the panels can mold to the shape. And what we're actually going to use to fasten them down is double-sided tape. Now I know that may not sound like a super good idea, and Tom, you're a pretty smart guy, right?
Sometimes not.
And I would like to think I'm not terribly unintelligent, but for some reason when we do things together, sometimes we do things that are kind of dumb. However, I have done the research. This double-sided tape, I was talking to the guy I bought it from, he uses it to hold his shed together. And the only thing that we really have to be wary of is that this surface is super clean, because he said the tape won't fail. What will fail is the paint, or if the surface isn't clean. Look at this perfection. I think some people will feel like we've gone overboard with the tape.
Nah.
And I'd rather go overboard. Is underboard a saying? I'd rather go overboard than not enough. All right, Tom. You know me. This better be bloody straight.
Do you have any idea how stressed I am about this?
It's funny because it's your roof, but I'm going to be more angry. No pressure.
Oh, mate, so much tape is showing on me.
Oh, I told you not to have excess tape on the sides.
Hey, on your side too. Oh, how's that make you feel? Look at this.
I'm very upset. And you know it makes me very upset.
We can get a Stanley knife or something. With this panel, I will officially be more powerful than Max in every way.
Oh, baby.
Oh.
What?
You can see the tape all the way along.
Nah, I can't from here.
Oh, that's good. That's all that matters. It's all about them views.
Yeah.
My beer!
Oh, no.
Ah, God damn it.
Yeah.
That's depressing.
Well,
we were having such a good day.
All right, we officially have 3 panels on the roof. Some would say we've done the easiest part of all the steps. You'd probably be correct. Good morning and welcome to day 2. It is another cracking day here in Perth. We have the cables ran for the panels now, and today is all about pulling out the old system, bringing in the new system. And on top of that, I think we're going to need something for a bit of a pick-me-up halfway through. Tom is doing his morning weights. As you can tell by how ripped the guy is, he clearly does this every day.
Well, I thought we'd get some extra use out of this battery before we installed it. This is brilliant.
We need an entry point for the solar, and because the roof goes up and down, plus it's good to avoid putting any holes in the roof, we're going to put it here, and then we've got just a little, this is like a little grommet that'll tighten around the cables to make it fully waterproof. Currently at the phase of the electrical install where I regret ever starting it, but that's just because it can feel a little overwhelming, as I'm sure anyone that's done their own van build has come across. One thing I did want to show you, which is really cool, I've never seen before, is these built-in fuses. So essentially you just put this on straight on the battery terminal. It's a really cool solution, and it makes the whole kind of setup look a lot cleaner, and it also saves you on doing extra connections. You're still looking a little worse for wear there, mate.
Yeah, we had a big night last night with the cousins playing different games and stuff. It was a lot of fun, but today may be a bit of a struggle.
Well, I may have something that can help us with that. It's so tricky to follow an optimal diet, especially when you're on the move, catching up with family, or busy on a project. That's why I love turning to AG1 by Athletic Greens. Just one scoop of this stuff contains 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food source ingredients. It's basically the equivalent of taking a multivitamin, pre and probiotic and mushroom complex all in one tasty drink. AG1 has become a staple in my morning routine over the past few months, and I've felt a significant boost in energy from it, as well as having peace of mind that I'm helping support my immunity and gut health. And I truly think AG1 will benefit you too. So let's finish this year strong.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Head over to athleticgreens.com/Max and Occy, and with that you'll get a special offer that includes a year's supply of the vitamin D dropper, as well as 5 free travel packs with your first purchase.
That is seriously good. Are you sure that's healthy, mate?
I am. And speaking of the travel packs, seeing how I am in a festive mood, Tom,
Hell yeah.
30 travel packs for you.
Thank you.
And now we are finally fully ready to smash this build. We are really into the thick of this electrical system now. I wanted to show you, I have the inverter out. This is a huge puppy. This is the 3000 watt. And the reason I got such a big inverter for them is because they have this Truma heater and air conditioner. And to be able to run that, they needed a 3000 watt inverter. And with this system, the plan is that they'll be able to run that air conditioner for, you know, a couple of hours at a time when they're at night, say for example, if they're wild camping, just to cool the van right down, and then just have it on fan mode overnight. And although it's a little tricky working in this space here, it's actually going to result in them having more storage in the front. So it's win-win, provided we can make it work. Completely missed it.
How's it going over there, bro?
I actually honestly can't believe how much we are getting done. If any of you watched my last electrical video, I think it took me a week, and we're almost at the end of day 2. And really, these last cables, so these are the cables coming from the car, and once they are done, to be fair, they're not hooked up at the other end yet, but once they are done, I'm going to hook up the DC to DC controller, which is also what gets the power from the solar as well as the car. And once that's hooked up, we have a whole working battery system here. And whilst we are taking a little bit of a break from the technical stuff, I really want to kind of dive in with Tom about what it's actually been like traveling with the kids, because a lot of you won't know this, but Tom is actually a teacher with special needs kids. So it's a very high stress job, and he's been doing it for years, and this is the longest he's taken off in a long time. And then of course, on top of that, they've got the 2 little kids, and so that's super stressful for Rach, who's also working on top of looking after the kids. And yeah, so this getaway, in short, was very needed for them. Tom, has it been everything you'd hoped for?
Really, it's gone really well. We've gotten from one side of Australia to the other, as you'll see on our very high-tech map over here. And really, we did a lot of research in what to pack, and we haven't needed half of it, which we sort of knew would happen. But yeah, I'm missing my students at school, but it's been great to get away and see this country because it's just awesome. Hey, like, yeah, we've loved it.
Yeah, and you haven't been able to stay at non-caravan parks?
No, so it's pretty much been a tour of the caravan parks of Southern Australia.
How much do you reckon you spend on caravan parks?
On the trip over, so we've been going for 3 months and we've got a month left to go. Probably $5,000 or more on caravan parks. So with this system, we're going to save that amount on the way back. Like, it's already will have paid for itself just in the trip back. And then where we live up north of Sydney, there's beautiful spots everywhere around. Up, you know, there's mountains, valleys, beaches. So we will be able to just go, yeah, the world's our oyster each weekend. So it'll be awesome.
I mean, how satisfying is that?
Sort of arousing in a way.
I'm going to keep going.
So for people like me that don't really know what well, I do now, but didn't really know what an inverter does, what's it do?
So an inverter converts 12 volt power, which is 12 volt is what you get from the batteries. An inverter converts that to AC power, which is what you have at home.
Okay, we're approaching the end of day 2, and Max has been an absolute legend. He's had his nose to the grindstone and gotten so much done, a lot of mental load as well, trying to work out what's what. So Scarlett has something she'd really like to say. Thank you, Uncle Maxie. Can I get a?
Yeah.
Can I get a?
Ooh.
Can I get a?
So we are starting to get up to the finishing stages, really. Just getting all the charging. And Tom is running the cables that go from the starter battery of the car. They're going to go back all the way back until the base, and then we're going to connect an Anderson plug that will then go to the trailer, to the caravan, and then through, and that's what will charge the batteries whilst they drive. Rach has left some snacks out for Tom, and look how good a boy Occy's being. I know, Ock, you want them, but you cannot have them, and I appreciate that you don't eat food that you're not allowed to have.
Look, some people say this sort of works hard, but some people are just born to it. You know what I mean? All right, moment of truth, Maxie.
Well, guys, we are getting there. I put in a PowerPoint for him for the inverter. Decided to make it a 4-point because, you know, why not?
Well, there's 4 of us in the van, so
Yeah.
perfect.
And I figure you all get your hair dry going at the same time. Here we go. Well, after an absolute colossal day on the build, Tom, we smashed it.
Yeah, man.
I actually didn't think we could do this much today. We are so close to the end. There's a couple more things to do. However, pizza's just arrived, so I think I'm going to finish off tomorrow and then give you all a bit of a tour, show you how everything works. We might show Rach and the fam as well. And otherwise tonight we've got Christmas lights. We're really getting into the spirit.
Yeah, so Santa, you wouldn't believe it. We got 2 batteries, lithium batteries, 3 solar panels, and it works so well. What do you got, mate? Enough to power this bad boy? Notice Rudolph up there doesn't even have a red nose, can't be as powerful as our setup.
That is it. The final piece of the puzzle, if you bring it down here, Tom. So this is my first ever Anderson plug I've hooked up to a car. but that should clip straight into the one on the trailer. And now it'll charge off the vehicle too. I think it is finally time for the tour, which is a good thing because these guys have to get going pretty soon. We're going to do a bit of a layman's explanation so Scarlett can understand too. Come on into your own van. So we're going to start down here. You now have an inverter switch to turn on your inverter, which will power all your appliances. And we also have the Renogy panel that'll show you your battery state of charge. With that, I think we should do a trial now and see if it'll run your air conditioner.
Oh, I've been keen to see how this goes.
Awesome.
So, yeah,
Okay, this is a bit of a risk, but we'll go for it.
So I'll unplug the aircon from our mains power.
Yep.
And I will plug it into...
There's a cord just there.
Yep, the extension cord Max has put in.
And the inverter.
That's it.
1 second. Yep, the inverter is on.
Okay, so we'll plug that in. And
Yep.
then we'll turn the aircon on as we normally would. Oh, there's a light flashing, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
We are
Here
not
we
plugged
go.
in at the moment. That is all from the sun.
Woohoo! Yay!
Brilliant.
That's awesome.
Ooh, alrighty.
That's cold too. That's cold air coming out.
That's all for you,
awesome.
Scarly.
Yay!
Okay, so just a quick explanation of our system because it does look a little bit messy. There's a lot of wires, but essentially we've got the two 200 amp hour batteries, which is to power for days. And then at the back, we've got the 3000 watt inverter. That's what helped power this air conditioner. Then we've got here the DC to DC charger. That's what gets the power from the solar panels and from the car when you drive, and they charge the battery while you drive. So there's pretty much no need to even be plugged into power ever again. No, that's a lie. Caravan parks definitely still have their place, as we have established. Great for little kids.
We'll need to have a shower every now and then, maybe once a week. I was thinking.
But that's it, guys. I'm so stoked for that to be done.
Oh,
As I'm sure both of you are.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you so
Max.
much.
No worries.
And Renogy too, like that's so generous, and this has really changed how we can use our van, and we love it, so thank you.
I'm so glad you guys are happy with it. That is it for the build. I want to do a final end of year wrap up to say thank you to all of you guys for participating, but these guys have to head off because Nanny Jane and my sister are getting in tonight, and it's time to celebrate.
Say Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from Australia, wherever you are, and have a great time.
Okay, buddy. Good boy. Occy, you have been an absolute champion. Thank you so much for your patience while I did that build. I love you, buddy. Okay, I'm going to keep this pretty brief because it is hot today. It is actually almost 34 degrees. It's looking that way for the rest of the week leading into Christmas, which I'm sure is quite different for some of you in the Northern Hemisphere. However, I do want to take this opportunity to do a little bit of a wrap up because this will be my last video for 2022. And so I want to start with a huge thank you to each and every one of you that has joined me week in, week out through a lot of highs, but also some devastating lows over the last year and a half. I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to live the life that I want to live and perform some Christmas miracles like we did over the last few days for Tom and Rach. That was just really such an added bonus because they've been so good to me over the last few years. I mean, Tom's been good to me over my whole life, but to be able to do something that's going to help them out, it feels so good. They're really right there where they say, you know, the most happiness comes from giving rather than receiving gifts. So I absolutely loved it, and I love that chance to spend a bit more time with Tom as well. Also, you may have noticed that I've been a little quieter online this month. Largely that is because I've been hanging with my family, but also because I've been preparing for next year. I have some amazing plans that I'm so excited to share with you all in the new year. And yeah, I really cannot wait to bring you on for this next step of the adventure. If you are new here and you've never watched one of my videos, consider hitting that subscribe button. Gently tap the thumbs up as well if you liked this video. I'd love to have you along for the journey. The more the merrier, and yeah, I'm just honored that you all want to watch it. Finally, I know that Christmas isn't the happiest time of year for everyone. There's a lot of people that this kind of time of the year can bring up feelings of anxiety, depression, loneliness. And if that is you, please know that you are not alone and that things will get better. Try spreading some kindness this year if you can. And yeah, really just be kind to yourself especially. Okay, everyone, I cannot wait to see you all in the new year. Until then, bye.
You are